Hi, I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's the Tape, Season 22, Volume 1. Yes, we're into another season, 22 of them thus far. Anyway, to start this season, I've decided to go with a bang. Well, I'm going to go with one with lots and lots of stuff on it. I'm not entirely sure whose collection this came out of. There are 15 years worth of tapes still lying in my house, so we've got a bit of work to do, realistically. You know, 15 years from now, we may just have finished. But anyway, this is what we've got this week. We've got this lovely, it's actually a BASF tape. A LX Extra 1, and it's 90 minutes, and there's poor Peter Shilton. Look, Peter Shilton, football player, or goalkeeper, wasn't he? He's one of those weird goalkeepers of the time. Am I right in thinking he was quite... No, I don't know, no idea. Anyway, Commando, Ping Pong, we've got Night Law, we've got Exploding Fist, we've got Ghosts and Goblins, we've got Racing Manager, we've got Handball Maradona, we've got Kane, we've got Legend of the Amazon Women, and probably next week we've got Match Point, we've got Bruce Lee, we've got Night Law again, twice, because we well, once is not good enough. We've got Match Day, we've got Battle of Britain, which It's a Knockout, Action Biker, Arcadia, and Game Designer, Buck Rogers and Wheelie. I mean, seriously, you can't get better. It's a really full tape. I've checked, and there's lots and lots of sounds on there. So, and they sound pretty positive as well. But because, of course, because it is the start of the sort of new season, you get a choice. So it's up to you now. Do you choose for the end of the season video? Do you choose the Hollywood collection, which has on it Ghostbusters 2, Indiana Jones, and I think it's the Temple. I think it's a Temple one. Indiana Jones, yeah. No, Last Crusade. Oh, totally different. Last Crusade, Batman the movie, and RoboCop, which is an absolutely awesome game. Not a single one of those, by the way, is a Spectrum graphics. Not one. So yeah. Do you choose one of those? I think this was sent to me again by a lovely friend, Daryl. I think he sent this one to me at Christmas. So we got that one, but we've also got another option. This is the second option. So is it Hollywood? Or is it Arcadia? And Arcadia has Operation Thunderbolt, New Zealand Story, and the Chase HQ games. Now, it's interesting, this one, because when you turn it over, there's literally nothing on the back, which I find quite weird. So yeah. So do we go with Arcadia? Again, I think this was sent to me by the lovely Daryl. So Arcadia, or do we go Hollywood? Choice is yours. Anyway, one last thing before we get there, because I need to show it, because I feel like I won't, if I don't show it, we'll never get to it. So I got something else while I was off. Well, just this month, I got one of these. Yeah, the ZX Spectrum Next. I got one of these, and he says moving across, doing a panning thing. There we go. You're panning with my fingers. Yeah, I got a ZX Spectrum Next. I didn't think I would get one, but I have. It's just the basic standard model. It's from the Kickstarter 1 pro sort of thing. And I'll have to admit, I'm quite impressed, really. It's a lovely piece of kit. It's very heavy, actually. It's nice and heavy. It's heavy for what it is. I'm quite impressed, but we'll get to that anyway. But in the meantime, let's get this here into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we'll go down to our favourite, which is Basic, and load, dit, or load speech marks, and we'll see what we're loading. It should be Commando. This is going to be one of those tapes where it could be a mishmash of various things, lots of different things on the tape, and stuff. Anyway, how you been? I've missed you. You've been around for a bit. I bet you missed me. For 2 weeks, I've not been doing the old What's on the Tape, so you've definitely missed me for the last couple of weeks. But anyway, oh, Oh, command! It definitely is Commando. Yeah. So, last 2 weeks, I kind of used it as a recovery period. I think the last few videos I wasn't the best. I wasn't the best form. I was feeling quite ill. My back was feeling bad. My back is still pretty. It's better than it was. It's getting there. Problem with backs is if you ever have back problems, you'll know it takes a while for them to recover. So I'm getting there. I'm seeing my chiropractor less. So that's always a good sign. It means I'm sort of getting better. It means I don't need it as much to relieve the pain and the pressure in my back. So much better than it was, but it seems to be moving all over the place, and it's sort of tackling parts of my back that are causing issues. But anyway, so yeah, I'm much better that way, and my cold's gone. If you noticed, I'm not snorting anymore, sniffing. So my cold has done one, or whatever it was that was left over, and my cough. It's sort of, if I do cough, it's just because it's natural. It's natural. I love the fact, by the way, on the screen, this the Commando coming down here, I think. They seem to be all shooting every direction here. In that little bunker at the top, though, on the sort of top right-hand side, there's a little guy just hiding in the bunker. He's kind of waiting for it all to finish, isn't he? He's like started the chaos, and now they're all killing each other, it seems. Yeah, he's there, sort of hiding away, just tucked in the bunker. Anyway, what is it? Capsule Computers, or Capcom. I always get it wrong. I always think it would think of the US thing, you know, as in Capcom for the command unit for space, but it's actually Japanese Capsule Computers, or Capcom for short, which is cool because they're still around. They're actually a decent company on the scale of things. I mean, they did shut down the Canadian branch of their company, but that's one of those things. It happens. I was going to say it doesn't matter. It does matter. It does matter if people lose their jobs, but that was a long time ago. They shut that down, and those people all managed to find new jobs with indie developers locally. So it wasn't the end of the world, I don't think, for that side of it. But they've been doing some good games. They've got Street Fighter 6, I think it is now, isn't it? Which has got all kinds of weird things like AI commentators in it, where it talks about how sort of the game's progressing and how the fight is going, and all kinds of ranking systems in it. So yeah, way beyond the Street Fighter 2 that I remember in my day. You know, that was a game that did it make it to the Spectrum? It did, didn't it? I think it was really bad to play, though. I think it was awful, because, I mean, how do you really play Street Fighter with one button? It's not kind of the way. I mean, Wave Explode and Sphere knew it had one button, a fire button, so it knew how to do its controls. But Street Fighter was too fast, I guess, too fluid. Not to say that Wave Explode and Fist wasn't fluid, and that's why I'm going to come on to something in a minute. But yeah, I wasn't saying it wasn't fluid. It's just that I think there's some faster action, arcadey wise, anyway. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, or the ZX Spectrum next. Let me take a sip of my coffee. I hope you've got a beverage. I've got a beverage. I've got it in huge, because this looks like a big one. My huge sherbet fountain mug. I mean, it's like massive. It's like the size of my head. It's that kind of size. But it's full of that brown liquid goodness that I like. That coffee. So I still haven't got that coffee sort of promotion sponsorship that I want. Knowing me, I'll probably get Aldi's Own or something like that, or Lidl's Own. Oh, that's good. That's good. Good cup of coffee. Right. So anyway, let's talk about the elephant, or should we call it the ZX Spectrum, next in the room. There was a thing that happened recently. It was a couple of weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, a Sam Coupe appeared on eBay. And I looked at it with eyes of lust. Lusted towards this Sam Coupe, and I wondered whether or not I just went for it and splashed out a chunk of cash. Hopefully not 4 digits, but not far off, just to get the Sam Coupe. And it didn't even have the floppy drives. It just had the two. You had to load tapes on it. It was a tape version of it. It was just the basic version of it that you get, but it was beautifully boxed and other things. And I was umming and ahhing, because obviously that technically was the correct and logical move for the Spectrum. I'm going to press K to redefine the keys while we're doing this. It was technically the correct sort of new Spectrum sort of I guess move, the next logical step in its evolution. And then up popped somebody selling a ZX Spectrum Next Kickstarter 1, just a basic model, and they were wanting sort of £325 for it plus delivery, and I guess I couldn't say no, because although I didn't want one really, but I did, but I didn't, but I did, and I didn't, and I did, and I didn't. I don't know. I don't want one. Maybe yes, no. So I had one of those moments. I had one of those kind of moments where I wasn't sure, and I thought, my wife said, "You can treat yourself. There's a little bit of money spare. We can afford it. Treat yourself." And I treated myself to this thing, and I ordered it, and it arrived from a lovely gentleman. He wasn't using it, so he wanted to pass it on to somebody who would. And I tried it on just the weekend past, and I think I'm converted. It feels like a new Spectrum. It feels like if you were going to make a new Spectrum, I think that's how Spectrum would have been. I genuinely do. So I think I'm now a convert. The one thing I probably have as an issue with it, is that it hasn't. Yeah, the one thing that I think if I have an issue with it is that I guess, well, don't kill me. Is this quite costly, aren't they? And they're in short supply, which is, I think, is a kind of a dreadful thing. Unfortunately, there's a commander there. I missed him. I remember it's all about points in this game, so missing a commander is a bad thing. Yeah, I think my only issue here is that in the scale of things, don't kill me. Is that they're still quite expensive. So while they're so expensive, and I know that you can make like variations of the whole thing. There are plenty of there are plenty of sort of like Go versions of them and this kind of stuff. People have made variations of the sort of the Next. I don't think there's enough of them yet out there. I mean, there is some games out there though. There's Way of the Exploding Fist on the Next, which looks utterly amazing, and I may have to have a copy of it simply because I'm a Way of the Exploding Fist fan, and it just looks amazing. It just looks like how I think the Spectrum should have gone by about 1995. I think that's where it should have been. But it's yeah. It's very odd. It's an odd scenario. I don't know what to say realistically with the Spectrum Next. It's definitely yes. I'm converted. I think it was worth it. I think it looks great. I like the fact that you can browse old Spectrum games, just play them straight away on your telly. The fact that there is a growing community for the Spectrum stuff. It is good. But is it? Oh God, I'm going to get killed here if I don't be careful. Can't get killed. Is a growing community for it? Yes, yeah, it's a yes from me. It's just a tad expensive, I think, for the moment. I think if it had been, I don't know, mine was I think mine was a very reasonable price, by the way. I think mine was kind of the price you'd have paid for one when you bought one back in the day. I think that it's. I'm going to go again, by the way, because I quite enjoyed playing that. There, even when I was chatting. Yes, yes, it's a yes, but there's some buts. The buts are that it's quite costly at the moment. You still have to convince the Spectrum community to pick it up en masse, and the beauty of the original Spectrum was it was quite inexpensive, wasn't it? So that's why it became popular, and that's why it was there. And I know that we're older now and possibly have some disposable income, but we haven't all got massive amounts. I mean, we're in the cost of living crisis and various possible end of the world type scenarios with what's going on, which is a bit depressing. So let's not depress it too much. But let's assume the best happens and we all get out the other side. It's still a costly thing to buy. I think the other releases of it, the other sort of Spectrum releases you can get out there that are effectively the things. I suppose you can emulate it, can't you? You can emulate it.
Yeah, it's. I guess there's a space in the homebrew market for it. I guess the Spectrum community is the perfect community for it. There's enough nostalgia there to build this into a machine that people may still want. And I'm really annoyed by that because I just died there when I was getting really close to getting to the gate. There we go. Let's shoot you. All right. Okay. Let's get this gate open. Let's throw a grenade and throw a grenade. Damn you. Yeah, so I don't know. I think the Spectrum community could bring it, could help it survive. I think it's something we can do. I was very excited when they first came out but they took ages, didn't they? They were really delayed by the pandemic. When they were sort of launched, the first set took, I think, a year to get through from a Kickstarter, and the second set, they've just started really appearing the end of last year to the beginning of this year. So they were a long time coming. Anyway, that was really good. I enjoyed Commando there. I didn't even talk about Commando, but it was a really good game. But I still think I prefer Who Dares Wins 2. But I know it's very controversial. Everybody says I say this every time, and people will look at me funny and think that I'm strange for liking Who Dares Wins 2 first. But I'll be honest, it has been a game that the Who Dares Wins is one of those games I've really loved for a long time. Probably because I got it before I got Commando. I think it's one of those, isn't it? It's like, who's your favourite James Bond? It's Sean Connery for me. Many people it's Roger Moore. Some people it's Timothy Dalton. Some people it's Pierce Brosnan. It's that kind of thing. What's your favourite Bond? I think your favourite Bond is the first Bond you see. It's your favourite Commando stroke. Who Dares Wins. It's Who Dares Wins if you played it first. So you know that's kind of how it went. I also kind of liked it because I preferred the cover on the Alligator release of Who Dares Wins. I think Elite, who made or produced Commando, which is a fantastic title, missed the trick there. I think it should have been a double duel, don't you? Nice double duel case, really pushing the Commando sort of thing there. I think they missed out there. Or maybe they didn't think it was going to be a hit and they put it in a smaller case. But the thing is, there were smaller cases initially, and then people went these double duel things. I do like a double duel. Gotta admit, I like a cardboard box, though. Don't you like a box? Oh, the clamshell. Oh. Yeah. If I was Vic Reeves, I'd be rubbing my knees right now. I'm still rubbing my knees there. Oh. Yeah, clamshell or a box. You got to admit the boxes are good. I like a good box. I tell you what I got recently though. I've got so many good things recently. While you've been away, or I've been away, should I say? Sorry about that. While you've been away and I've been away, I've got so many good things. I have got Stormlord, which is what I was looking for. The same guy who made what's it called? Cybernoid and Cybernoid 2 and Exelon. Same guy, Stormlord. Been looking for a copy for ages. It has some nipples in it, some boobies. Yeah, they're sort of fairy boobies though, so they're okay. And then I also got Stormlord 2 Deliverance. Now I've not played either of them because I don't tend to play them if I don't actually own them for the Spectrum anyway. So I've played neither of them on the Specky. I think I may have played the Commodore Amiga version of Stormlord, or the Commodore 64 version. Either way, I haven't played the Specky version. I'm quite looking forward to those ones. But yeah, I need to do a bit of Stormlord. I need to do the Deliverance as well, which is Stormlord 2, which comes in a sexy box and with a gorgeous sort of imagery on the front. I might even have to grab it for you. Hang on, you stay there. I'm going to grab it. Wait a sec. I'm totally here. It's not far away. I'm coming back. Hang on. I'm back. Yeah, it has the Stormlord himself grabbing some frightened, teeny little goblin creatures by the throat with his axe. I assume he's going to chop them to pieces shortly. Murder them hastily. And what's even better about the one copy I got, apart from being absolutely pristine, the box is beautiful. The one thing that's come back is absolutely pristine. It's also got the original sticker in it. You don't get that very often. But yeah, I'm quite looking forward to playing that one. There is actually a screenshot for the Spectrum on the back of it, and it is one of those fairies with the no tops on. So we're win-win, as they say. Hang on, I'll put it back. Just put it back. 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 Right. Okay. Back to the real meat of the episode. It's ping pong. Ping pong on this. This is quite a clever version of ping pong. Ping pong, I think, has a history here for gamers or game developers of being the test ground, because clearly ping pong is the ultimate test ground for sort of gaming prowess. I mean, even Rockstar had ping pong for the Xbox 360. I don't know if they made it for the PlayStation 3. I'm not sure that they did. But the Xbox 360 ping pong was the way that they were testing their models for their new version of Grand Theft Auto 5. 4, not even 5. 4. It's actually quite easy to count with, I guess, with Rockstar, because they don't really have many versions of games. Just make them run for 12 years. Anyway, but yes, they used ping pong as the thing. It's actually a really blooming good ping pong game if you ever played it. It was really good. I enjoyed that on the Xbox 360. And this is another favourite of mine. I've got to remember the keys though. Hang on. Oh, coffee is so good. One more. Oh, I don't think I could live without coffee. I think that it's the beverage of kings. One for keyboard. I don't know what the keys are though. I think that's meant to be clapping there. I think that's meant to be clapping. It's clapping. I can redefine. 5. Right, I want a smash, serve, drive, cut, backhand. That's fine. So that's how you swap it round from which way you go. So drive, pick level 1. That's how you move left and right on it. Drive. Right, okay. So I get to serve. There we go. That's it. Oh, I should have hit that hard. Basically, it follows it for you, tracks it for you. So all you're doing is pushing the right, kind of changing it, whether it's backhand or forehand. So I've just changed that round there. And just nice slow one back to him. Nice one there. Bang. And that was me smashing it. It's cool, isn't it? Oh, it was out. Oh no. Yeah, no, it was in. I won. Got a point. Blooming brilliant. This is really one of my favourite ping pong games. I think it just plays really well. Oh, it's off the table. I knew that was out the moment I hit it. Should have gave it a bit of backhand there, but anyway, computer's winning. Very arcadey. And boom. Oh, I got it. Straight down the line. 2 points to me. Beautiful. Yeah, I like this one. I do like this one. It's a good game. I've done it again. 2 for 2. Brilliant. I'm a legend in my own front room. There's a nice slow one back to him. Bang. Yeah! Hit him with the smash. I am only playing level 1 though, to be fair. I can't remember whether it's the best of 11, I think. No, that's out. You shouldn't have done that. That was my own fault. I think it's 11. I think it's 11 points. Boom. 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 Oh, too much. Too much. They're back to 4 points. That's a shame. Nice slow one back. Nice slow one back. Bang. Yeah, smash. I scored. I like this. I gotta admit, this is one of my faves. I keep missing a copy of it though. It's really weird. I think I've got the. I don't think I've got the Hit Squad version of it. I don't think I've got the. Oh, I netted that one because I smashed it back. I don't think I've got the Hit Squad version. I might have it, but I keep missing the clamshell version of it. I keep seeing it and keep missing it. I feel pretty bad that I keep missing it because I like the game. I think it's one of the few sports games I quite like. Oh no, too high. Scooped it up. Should have just played it back. Computer's winning. 1970 points. 1,000. Bang. No! I knew I'd done that. Made a mistake there. Massive mistake. That's it. No! Oh, gotta be kidding! I think I'm doing quite well. I'm doing good rallies here, but then and then making a mess of the. No. Back again. No, I lifted it too high, too far. Good game though. I'm sure it is 11 points. Which is not good because I'm about to lose. Scoop that one back. Look at that nice slow one. Scoop that one back as well. Boom. 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 Computer's gone from being quite poor to being quite a monster here. And whacking that back. Oh, I should have turned the bat. I'd just smashed it off the edge of the table. 10 points. I'm sure it is 11. Quite long rallies, though. We're doing all right. There we go. Boom. No. Oh. I think the computer's won. Yep, CPO wins, 11 points. Game over. I enjoyed that though. I did enjoy that. Get my name in, look. The high score table. Good old high score table. There he goes, a sneeze. Don't sneeze very often, but there's a sneeze. That's quite good though, I like that one. Let's go on, let's see what else is here. It says it's going to be Night Law. I'm quite surprised if it is Night Law, but if it is Night Law, it's Night Law. I'm not the biggest fan of Night Law. I like it. I like it in my collection. It looks very pretty. The box is beautiful. It's a bit like Underworld. I actually prefer Underworld more than I prefer Night Law. I prefer when ACG. I know it was cutting edge to do isometric games. I know it was. It was like we hadn't seen that style of graphics before. It was almost realistic, but it just wasn't very playable in my mind. There was a few games that were. I didn't really like Night Law. There was a lot of slowdown because there was a lot of things going on the screen. Yeah, it wasn't a game that I want to go. I want to go treasured childhood, everybody. You know, treasured childhood, treasured sort of mid-teens or wherever old you were when you got Spectrum. But you know, you want to treasure those kind of things. And to me, unfortunately, Night Law. And there are quite a few of the other ones. I mean, I didn't mind Head Over Heels. I think that was more puzzle element than it was doing things. Timing and jumping and stuff like that in these games. That's the problem, I think. Timing and jumping for me is the thing that annoys me. If they were just sort of puzzle adventure type things where you're moving around, maybe more akin to Batman, the isometric version, which is Batman the movie, or no, it's not Batman the movie. It's Batman the game anyway. That kind of one. Maybe Head of Heels. Yes, I know there was some elements of dodging and whatever else it is in there. I could kind of handle them okay. I was really struggled with these ones, and I know there was a generator out there for creating it. And I mean, for instance, I've got the is it the Last of the Mohicans or something similar, and it's seen as an uncommon stroke rarish game, pays like a dog because it's created using that CRL 3D game engine that they had, and it runs pretty awfully. There's a few others. I had a conversation with somebody who managed to get the game published when using that engine. I can't remember his name. Steve, I think it was Steve. Oh, I can't remember. Nice guy anyway. He chatted on my YouTube channel before on his actual game, and he made a bit of money from it, but he made it from the generator. And I think in my video, I was polite enough, because I'm always polite about because people put effort into these, and hard work and effort. Most of these were not what I would call corporate efforts in their nature. So I feel that if you put the effort in, then you've got it's got to be, there's a reasonable amount of complementary stuff that goes with it. So you put the effort in. If it was some corporate company that churns them out like cynically, less so, but anyway, they'd done this game, and he'd done this game, and it was kind of really slow, and when you get to certain levels, things would drop from the ceiling, and the Spectrum CPU was just literally on fire with the amount of processing power required to do it. And then, of course, the movement in the room was slow and unforgiving, and it was a bit of a mess. And it was, it's the thing about, oh damn, Night Law has not loaded. And do you know what? Unless you really desperately want to see Night Law, I'm going to move on to Exploding Fist. It looks like, by the way, it's overwritten, and it's on the other side anyway. Yes, because the other one starts a little earlier than that. This can't be Night Law now, because that just stopped dead. We could find there's some different stuff on here. It is possible. It is very possible there's different stuff on here. We'll give it a go anyway, see what happens. Yeah, that stopped dead there. But as I say, I mean, Night Law is a spiritual successor, I think, to Saberwolf. So and Saberwolf somebody overwrote it, so that's why it's on twice. By the way, it's on the other side of the tape. We'll see it next week. You don't worry. If you're a Night Law fan, we'll see it then. It was a spiritual successor to Saberwolf. Saberwolf was where you were trying to find the wolf's amulet, I think, to become a werewolf. I'm not sure why you wanted to become a werewolf. Mind you saying that, in Skyrim, if you ever played that, the Elder Scrolls game, Skyrim, being a werewolf was pretty awesome, because you could be like full-on powered up and rip things to pieces with your bare hands, or your bare talons, should I say. And, of course, American Werewolf in London, he was a pretty awesome werewolf as well, wasn't he? Did he die in the end of it? I can't remember what happened to David at the end of that. I remember the slaughtered lamb. I remember the effects for him sort of becoming the werewolf were phenomenal. They really were. They were just absolutely brilliant. They did another one, didn't they? Was he in Paris in the next one? I think he was. I think my favourite part about that movie is that one of the little tales that comes with being a werewolf. So if you're a werewolf, any human that you kill as part of it can't rest as a spirit, so it comes back and haunts you. So he sees his friend who he murders on the sort of the moors himself, who continually reappears, but he falls apart. He starts to rot and fall apart. I'm sorry, I'm spoiling the movie for you. American Werewolf in London is probably one of the best werewolf movies you'll see. I guess the other ones, is it by, what's his name? Guy did The Thing. I think it's The Howling. I think he did The Howling, didn't he? So you got The Howling. That's pretty good as well. Dog Soldiers isn't bad. If you've not seen that one, it's Sean Bean's dad, isn't it? Not Sean Bean. Sean Pertwee. Well, I don't know where Sean Bean came from in that. It's nothing to do with Sean Bean. Yeah, winter is coming. Oh, yeah, Sean Pertwee. He's in that one. Dog Soldiers. I think he has the greatest line ever. It says, "I hope you choke to death on me," when he's getting eaten by a werewolf, which is a pretty good line, to be honest with you. So sorry for spoiling that one too. There was one recently that wasn't bad either. The whole were thing, though. This is the thing, though. Do you remember as a kid? You know, there was weird stuff as a kid. I think we had. If you were in my sort of age group, where you sort of grew up through the end of the 70s and the early 80s, I think we had a weirder sort of sense thing. So, you know, you used to go to the library and get books. So that's what school did. And I would get ones on like mythological creatures that included, you know, the history of vampirism, werewolves across the world and stuff. And these were like Ladybird books. It was like the Ladybird book of monsters and things like that. And then the definitions of it. For instance, the werewolf is not necessarily a thing in, say, Russia, and in Russia, it's more likely to be a were-bear. That's what their version of the same story is, a bear, the man that turns to a bear. That's pretty obvious though, because they've got their own version of they've got a movie called Guardians. You might find it on Netflix or Amazon, in which they have like their own versions of superheroes, including people who can move rocks and absorb bullets, and a man who turns into a werebear. And it's a fairly newish movie, that one, actually. It's called Guardians, so if you can find it. I think they've done a second movie since then, but obviously we're not trying to support their economy. But do you know what I mean? It's there. So depending on where you were in the world, depending on what your variation of vampires were or variations of werewolves, it's really weird. As I say, it kind of makes me wonder as well, because I certainly remember, I think I'd learned about cannibalism from a Ladybird book as well. Ladybird books were much more racy back in the day. You know that I know people now like edit the covers of them to make it seem weird, but they were weird. You just need to find them. The Ladybird book of, you know, I don't know, eating your neighbour was a thing. I think that their styling was probably quite racist on the scale of things, but you know, they're there. So this, as I say, it's been remade for the ZX Spectrum Next. It looks so good, and I'm gonna have to have it for my collection, because I am, as I said before, I think I'm now 4 things short. 4 things short. I'm short of Way of the Exploding Fist for the Commodore 64 on the floppy disk, BBC on the floppy disk. I'm short of that C16 version of it, the Commodore 16 version of it, which I think is impossible to get. I don't think it exists. I don't think anybody's got the original Melbourne House release with the yellow packaging. I don't think it exists. I think this is a rocking horse. I think this is a rocking horse poo type thing. It's very rare, or a unicorn. Genuinely, I think it's a unicorn. I don't think it exists. But of course now we've got the Way of the Exploding for the Next, which is a very easy collection, because there's a website that you can buy it from. I think that the acronym is WASP or something similar, like writers of software for it. But anyway, those guys have this game, so that you can buy this new one. It looks blooming brilliant. Right, okay, so let's press number 1 to play, and let's see if we can get through some of this. Look at the graphics on that for the Specky though. It's gorgeous, isn't it? And the movement's good. Down you go. Good move from me there. Gives me a full yin and yang sign. Okay, I can't remember how you turn round. There's a button for it. Oh, time up. I win. Because I got the 1 kill, so one knockdown. Down you go. Take that. There we go. High punch. Back foot, got him. Another one, another good move. Boom. It's a good game, it really is. It's more strategic, I think it's the answer. I remember when I first played this at my friend's house, I was utterly taken out. I couldn't think of a better game. I mean, there is an element of competition where you play against your friends, you know, but there's a lot of keys involved in this, isn't there? There's 8 keys that you use. Sorry, 9 keys that you use to play this game, including the fire button. But those combinations allow you to do all kinds of moves, including the leg sweep that I keep doing, because I'm I'm not very good at remembering all the moves, but it's just delicious. And the change of backgrounds, be able to play with friends. Oh, it's kicked me right in the face. That's a good one from him. I knew that was going to be a full one there. There we go. There is a Fist 2. It's not as good. I think I've lost. Yeah, I lost. And he won because he's the computer character. I mean, there is a Fist 2. It is delicious. You can't deny that it doesn't look. It looks bad. It looks brilliant. It's brilliant on the Spectrum. It's brilliant on the Commodore 64, which has increased sort of functionality in the sense of additional modes. The Amstrad was the poorer cousin of them all. It kind of lacked some of the levels. You could only got the one first level, and you sort of stayed there the whole time, no matter what belt you were. You didn't get the sort of 4 stages. I think that you get on the Spectrum. 3 or 4. 3, I think. 3 stages. But yeah, it is what it is. But look at that. I mean, that's a pretty complex bit of work going on there. No colour clash, well designed. Yes, it's effectively monochrome from the bottom downwards, but somebody went really mad with it. It was brilliant. Anyways, Way of the Exploding Fist. You can never go wrong with Way of the Exploding Fist. You really can't. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Right, okay, let's have a little look here. Let's see. We have Ghosts and Goblins. This is another Japanese Capsule Computers or Capcom game. I think this is the first one of them. Ghosts and Goblins. Yeah, I think it is. I hate the naming of these ones. I don't know why I just got Ghosts and Goblins 1, 2, 3, and 4, or whatever it is. The naming is because it's Ghosts and Ghouls, and then Ghouls and Ghosts. I think it is. And then there's like Supers put on the front of it if you're a Nintendo fan, or even Mega Drive versions. This is a glorious game. This is a game of it requires sort of strength, stamina, speed, all the things that I don't possess. But it was brilliant. I remember buying this with a clamshell, sexy clamshell. Can't stand the fact there's a red corner on it that's got Spectrum written in red. That's the Commodore's colour. Ours is yellow. Spectrum's is yellow. We've got yellow in the top corner of our things. But anyway, it's got a red corner on it for the Spectrum sort of version of this one. Came in a clamshell. Not the best of images on the front. It's pretty poor. It's some kind of weird red creature diving in. I think it's meant to be a vampire, but let's be honest, it isn't a vampire. It just looks a bit crappy. But as a conversion, I quite like the Spectrum version of it. I remember playing it quite a lot. I was really bad at it. I could barely get out of the first level. I spent a lot of time on that, and it was the same day I broke my big toe. So it was a wonderful day. It was a fantastic day. I broke my big toe while diving onto the floor, as you do. You know what I mean? You get on the bed or something like that, jump off the bed, and land like a cat, and break your big toe. It's exactly how it goes. So yeah, it just honestly. And why is Arthur's legs so short and his arms so long? Look at that. The man can walk on his hands. It's so weird. Anyway, Elite again, of course. One of those ones that really should have had a better cover on it. That the next version did that arrived, and I think that was published by Capcom themselves. The Ghouls and Ghosts, I think it was the next one, and it was published by Capcom themselves, and the picture in front was far more exciting. They really missed a trick. I mean, it really did. There is. Have I got it? I can't remember if I've got it on the Switch. There was a dad who used to show his daughter Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, and she really wanted to play it as a female character, sort of a female lead. So her dad created her Princess Madeline, it's called, or Madeline, one of the two. And that is a Ghosts and Goblins homage with a female protagonist. And I thought that was rather sweet, personally. I think that's quite nice. I don't think you can buy it. I don't know if I've actually bought it. I don't think you can buy it other as a digital download from most places. It is available, of course, in Japan, because the Japanese are really holding on to physical media, and we must applaud that behaviour, because if we keep going, we're going to have no physical media left. In the United States, even they are starting to feel that with their equivalent of their Asdas or Walmarts removing physical media from shelves. They are no longer stocking computer games because the demand isn't high enough, and that's the problem. I'm so pleased for the Evercade. I'm so pleased the Evercade still exists. And that it's been as popular as it has been. I will continue to tell you how brilliant they are and how much you should get one. They were £80 recently, and considering how much I spent on the ZX Spectrum Next, and the games are all priced to sell rather than to cost a fortune. They as I say, 80 quid for a console the other day on Funstock. Well worth it. Usually come with a couple of cartridges. So yeah, it is, honestly, we're in a wonderful time realistically where those things are happening, but bad time for the digital media, for the physical media. The PC market drives a lot of it, and there are more PC users than there are console users. There always has been, there always will be. I don't think Sony nor Microsoft can ever sell a console, or even Nintendo can sell a console that will penetrate far enough to take world domination. However, saying that, Nintendo's doing particularly well with its Switch. There is going to be a new Switch, of course, and that's going to be slightly more powerful than the previous one, but it's like they did with the DS. So the DS was an iteration, wasn't it? So it was DS, then there was DSi, and then there was DS. There was the DS XL, the DS. There's lots of different models in between. They got slightly more powerful, reduced the chip counts, made more money for Nintendo. Nintendo sort of kept on going. Then they moved into the 3DS, which can play the original DS games. It was a smart move. It's a very smart move. So even this new one's going to be able to play the old ones. And to be fair, there are some fantastic games out on it. Have you actually seen Breath of the Wild, the Zelda game? Yeah, it's amazing. On such a small bit of hardware. Nintendo and the developers there on that side are really, really pushing these things into a whole new dimension. Artery to find the keys. Oh, we need a button to jump. I hate this. That's jump. Oh, jump, fire, down, up, left, right, 0 to start the game. So here comes the horrible demon-y thing. It's stealing your girlfriend away. There you are, as Arthur. And I've just put the keys the wrong way around. So I've made my life really difficult by putting the keys the wrong way around. And Arthur's got like a weapon that he can improve upon if we... no. And then we lose our clothing. Because that's what zombies are known for. They're known for their nude. I really need to change these keys, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble here. So let's change these keys. Can I fall off the level? Or die enough? Let's die, because I've really ballsed up the keys. Oh, I'll just keep going for a minute. It is quite accurate to the arcade. The worst weapon in the game. The torch. Sort of flies along, kills things if it hits it in mid-air, and then creates a burning patch on the ground. It's really annoying. It's rubbish. Nobody likes this weapon. But it's really hard when you put your plumbing... Ah, there we go. I've got the best weapon in the game now. Which is this. Run. Run like crazy. That's the creature I've got a beat. I can't go in until I've killed him. Oh, he's horrible because he drops right on top of you like that. I've got past him by mistake and then died. And I'm right back at the beginning because it's the game of pure hell. Oh, it is. It doesn't. It just hates you. This game. It really does. It's one of those games that there is a level of hate that it's got. And it doesn't care about you. It really doesn't care about you. It wants to kill you and your friends. It'll murder your family if it gets a chance. It just honestly, it's not nice. I love the skeleton though when you come out there. Yeah, it's really isn't. It really isn't a pleasant game. Yet it is utterly addictive. I used to play the Nintendo version of the next one, the Super Nintendo version of Ghosts and Goblins, and I used to be absolutely Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts. Sorry, absolutely enamored by it. It was the game to play. Damn you! I've gone the wrong way. Lives are just going here. Yeah, it was the game to play. I bloomin' loved it. It was one of my favourites on Nintendo. I was getting better and better as I played it. I kept on playing it a lot, and I got better as I played. But genuinely, it was as you expect. It was a purveyor of hate. It was just a game that you didn't want to play. You didn't want to play. It is good though. It's like playing Elite. Elite doesn't care about you either. Elite's the kind of game that where if you die, well, that's just tough. You should have been smarter. So Elite's sort of similar with that kind of thing. So Elite is definitely one of those games that kills you and doesn't care about you as an individual. Oh, I've been killed. Just getting to that bit. It's a shame there's no music. All I can hear in my head is duh, 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 duh. That's the music that you used to hear in the that was the music you used to hear though in the SNES version of it, the Super Nintendo version of the whole thing. Putting the keys in the wrong way round is right pain in the behind. It makes you really rubbish. I'm wondering whether I can mix the jump and the up together and then make it like my life even easier. I'm going to see if I can do that in a minute when I do the keys again. Yeah, I remember getting this and being delighted with it, to be honest. Because it's a good run and gun, effectively. That's what it is. It's run and gun. There we go. We can put our name in. I'm just going to put end. And I'm going to press redefine the keys. I'm going to do Q space down Q. No, I can't. Oh. Right, left. Okay, so you see at the start of the game. This will be a lot easier now. That's the sort of music that was made for it there. Right, okay. No! Oh dear. All these zombies are going to get me. It's a shame you can't make the jump and the up the same thing. That's really quite annoying, actually. I've kind of made them different keys here, but we'll see. Oh! I was going up there trying to avoid getting hit by those things, but obviously I didn't try hard enough. Let's jump this. Oh, you are kidding. You're going to kill me there. That's just ridiculous. Ah! So unforgiving. So absolutely unforgiving. I mean, you got to worry when a game gives you 9 or 10 lives to begin with. What is it? What was the game I was thinking of? Spiky Harold. Have you ever played Spiky Harold? It's a budget title on the Spectrum. Spiky Harold gives you 17 lives to start the game with. That, to me, is a red flag on any game. 17 lives just means that it's just hell to play. Absolute hell. It's gonna be a nightmare. 17 lives. Got to be kidding. "17 lives. I ask you. I'm just going to run this time round. Last time round that shouldn't work really, but it did last time round. I'm jumping. Go away. I hate these things. I'm bored. Let's move on. You've got to be bored too. I know I'm bored. Let's move on. A Racing Manager next. Racing Manager. This will be horse racing, I suspect. Be horse racing. Horse racing. I think I missed out on a copy of this recently. No, it was snow jumping. That's actually quite good if you've ever played it. Alligator Software did a show jumping game, and it sounds really bad, but we played it on What's on the Tape, and it's actually really good. So I missed out on a copy of that. I'm quite disappointed actually that I missed out on a copy of that one. Not a bad thing. Then we've got Handball Maradona, which will be a football game. Kane, I remember Legend of Kane, or Kane. It's a Mastertronic game. It's rare to see a budget title appear on a sort of a special tape, as that makes sense. It's rare. It's extremely rare that they have to be particularly good, or somebody really likes them a lot for them to take a budget title you could have brought probably for $1.99. They often were in bargain bins. Do you remember the bargain bins when they full? That's where I got my first copy of Survival. Do you remember the Survival game where you were what were you? Where you could be like creatures, couldn't you? You could be like a hawk or a fly. You had to fly around getting food and then just see how long you could survive. It was meant to be educational. It was kind of to explain the food chain to you. So it was it was one of those kind of things. It was to explain the food chain. It was by that. Was it Macmillan? Yeah, you know the ones. They did the educational software. Did things like Cargo and Glider. Glider. Do you remember Glider? They all came in big black cardboard boxes as well. Except they weren't so sought after because they were all like the Sinclair ones. I think, to be fair, if you haven't got all the Sinclair ones, I have to see those appear on there for sale pages. The sort of Sinclair ones. People go super rare. It's Hungry Horace or Horace Goes Skiing. It's like everybody's got Horace Goes Skiing. If you haven't got Horace Goes Skiing, if you haven't got at least 2 copies of Horace Goes Skiing, you probably, well, you know, I don't know. We all have one. Yeah. I've been approached by one previous somebody a friend of the channel. He's offered me a new game to try out, so I'm looking forward to seeing what it is. The original one was the Exterminator. He did a lovely version for Dave Birdsall back in the day. I can't remember where the video is, Dave, but put it in the comments if you remember. But Dave did played it, but they had a version of the Exterminator with Dizzy in it. He redid the graphics so that Dave could exterminate Dizzy. He rather enjoyed doing that because he's obviously a huge fan of the egg-shaped boxing glove wearing crazy man. I wonder where Dizzy is now. I just have this feeling that Dizzy's like lives in fat stacks of cash. Either that, he's in the gutter somewhere. You know, selling scrambled eggs for his next hit of boxing or something like that. It could be anything. The Dizzy's just gone downhill, or is Dizzy in some you know, really in a palatial mansion right now. He's fueling the I don't know, just I'm just making it up. Anyway, Dizzy! But yeah, he's come back and he's asked if I want to try something new, and I'm like, yeah. It's been about 5 years since he's done something, to be fair, so him and his little team. So I'm quite looking forward to it. He did Willy the Wasp, if you've ever seen Willy the Wasp. It was on my channel as well. I have a little Willy Wasp. Quite like those ones. So he basically does no colour clash. That's his big sort of claim to fame. He makes games with no colour clash. That's quite impressive for the old Specky, isn't it? You know, no colour clash. I'm loving this, by the way. This is the most simplest sort of loading screen I've probably ever seen. Racing Manager, Virgin Games, and all written in text, and then it's a horse. There's a horse. It's just there. They didn't colour the horse. They just put a horse on the page. It's very, very, very unexciting. Coffee's still warm, so we're good. Lovely. I'm going to have a whole session shortly of actually powering on all my equipment just to make sure it's all working still. Yeah, I don't know about you, but the problem with having lots of consoles and lots of things is that I feel the need occasionally the need for speed. No, the need to make sure that they've all power up and they all work. So I'll have to go through them all and do that kind of thing. Do I have a save game? No. No. I'm a learner. Please wait, processing data. That's probably better than that last game. Do you remember that last game that was a football one and we didn't actually tell me what it was doing, just went blank the screen. And we all sat there and I reloaded it like 3 times and it was actually processing data. I was just not being patient enough. It's probably giving us our racing stats here. Our horse racing stats, our fillies. I don't know much about horse racing, to be honest with you. Seems a very rigged thing. Lester Piggott, Wayne Carson, is it? Those are the people drive. Pick your trainer. Let's go with 4 because he's cheap. Wow, the bands on the edge of the screen are really disorientating. Can't list horses. iRobot. Dial a disc. High wire, spark plug, interface, Indian Joe, Greenpeace, half a crown, Jill's pony, wavelength. Right, okay. I have no idea what the form stands for. Speed, fitness. I am sorry for the vacuum cleaning in the background. I'll just close the door. The vacuum cleaning has ceased. Sorry about that. Right, okay. Any other key to continue? I pressed the other key. Right. Enter race. I'm assuming those are my horses. Do I have to buy a horse or something like that? No. Enter races. Enter races. Okay. I don't know what's happening here. Trojan Secret. Octavia Girl. Spain's Wine. Sly Fox. I don't... who's qualified? I'm going to go with Sparkplug. Sparkplug has entered. I've done the entry fee. Come on, Sparkplug. And then a second race. Meet. Yeah, okay. Value £3,000 if you win it. Dragon's Place. Smart Bomb. Bell Ringer. Dust Storm. Dopey Go. Peacetime. Do we have any qualifying horses? No. Well, this is quite thrilling. Dirty Duck. Cakewalker. Noble Prince. Black Pigeon. Westwood Ho. I've got somebody who can go into it. Let's go with Interface. I'm entering that as well. There we go. 900 quid to enter that one. What is going on? Raging Muffin. Ragamuffin. Ragamuffin. I thought it was Raging Muffin for a minute there. That's probably something completely different. 0 because I don't want anybody to enter that one. That's a really expensive one. What is going on? I'm bored. I'm getting bored. I want to see it do something, though. Don't you want to do something? Cornflake. There's a lot of races here that we're coming up with. Mummy's Pet. Do you wish to enter in for the race? Yes. I'm just entering everything. I don't know what this means. Any of it, really. These are just random things they're saying now. Random words, random names. I'm going to enter Jill's pony. There you go. Jill's pony. An entry fee costs a fortune. What is going on? Come on. I just want to race now. You really have to be into horse racing to enjoy this, I think. Yeah. I've got qualifying horses. No. They're getting more expensive, the races. There we go. There's the meets. Running. Okay, push a button. Total entry fees. I just want to race. I don't really care. Do I want to back my horse? Mine's 5-1 to win that one. 9. So it's all about gambling as well. So I'll just put £5 on it because I'm crazy. Race is running. Please stand by. I'm standing by and brace myself. Brace yourself. Here we go. Come on. Come on, number 9. Number 2 is way ahead. Gone fishing. I just put £5 on Sparkplug and he's totally lost. There was some cheating going on there. There's definitely some cheating going on there. Yeah, I don't want to back any horses. See the whole race? Yes. Go on then. The racing. What was mine? Don't even know what. I don't think my horse is in this one. Two furlongs. I'm pressing the brake key. Oh, I can't press the brake key. I thought I was going to press the brake key. Yeah, I think might be all right. Not a game I've played before, anyway. So yeah, it might be all right. Let's just reset the specky. I think I'm gonna have to come back to you in a second. So I'll be back in a second. You just stay there, and I'll see you in a second. All right? Just behave. Sit careful. Sit. You at the back. Sit down right now. Now, I'll be back in a sec. Bye. Right, I'm back. I hope you all behaved yourself while I was away for a second there. Anyway, I've known nothing about horse racing, which is hilarious. I've been probably been to a race course locally and a few other race courses actually for sort of conferencey type things in the past, and I still know nothing about. It seems a very weird sport anyway. If it is a sport, can you count it as a sport? Is it a sport? I don't know. Anyway, we've got Handball Maradona next. So if we go down a little basic, we'll do all load it again. Or load speech marks, and we'll do that again. Push the button there, and we'll get Maradona on and see what happens. So this is obviously based on was it 1986 the incident? I want to say 1986. I don't think it is 1986. It's 1980 something or other. That's not Handball Maradona. That's number array H. Never heard of that. Anyway, let's see what happens as we go along. Maybe that's them playing their save. That could be the save. You know the save before for the game. It had a loading thing for a save. Maybe the save for it. Anyway, so Maradona very famously tipped the ball into the back of the net. Argentina then winning the match. With his hand, the hand of God, he called it. Yes, or the ref didn't see it. So one of the two, he tipped it to the net. Everybody saw him tip into the net with his hand, but the goal stood. So it was famously sort of upsetting for the England fans. And as a fan of England, I don't know if I was old enough to remember that. Probably not, to be honest with you. But yes, that was the thing. Wasn't Gary Lineker on the pitch then? Probably was, you know. No, maybe not. I'm not sure how Gary Lineker is nowadays. Anyway, the movie, what was it called? Mike Bassett, Football Manager. Do you remember that? Mike Bassett, Football Manager, with the chap who played the royal family's dad. Can't remember his name. No idea. Peter Shilton's Handball Maradona. What a weird game. Peter Shilton was obviously in that match. Why was it called Peter Shilton's Handball Maradona? 86. That's copyright 86 Grand Slam. I might be right here. Anyway, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Hang on, go roll back a bit. Yes, Mike Bassett, England manager. That featured a moment where he had a sort of player that he used called Tonka from Newcastle Pontine. Tonka scores a goal against Argentina with his hand, and it's like fully obviously put it with his hand, and the goal stands. And I know it's fictional football management movie, but it's still quite funny. And that's crashed. Let's rewind that. Let's see if we can get that to work. That's been a rare crash in this particular tape, actually. Was there a rare one? That one. That's not. We've not had that much in on this tape thus far. we'll have another try at it. A little bit further. We'll go there. That's a big space. I like the spaces, actually. Whoever put the spaces on here was very smart. There were long spaces. So we've got Kane and then The Legend of the Amazon Women. Now, I thought that was a full-price game in a double duel. But did it also get re-released on the Mastertronic range? I have a feeling it did, you know. I think it got a re-release of that. These are the days when you wanted to describe a warrior woman. They were an Amazon woman, that's what they were. The Amazon warrior women. They were big, strong, strapping ladies who were 6 foot tall and full of muscle. So nowadays, of course, in the world of the girl boss, they're all tiny little waif-like ladies who have super and extraordinary powers, and that's the way it works. That's the thing, though, isn't it? That's becoming a statement, isn't it? Boss girl, that's the new thing, isn't it? So I can't remember which actress it was, but there was one recently who said that when they read it saying strong independent woman, they're like, oh god, again? So instead of having strong characters that you had previously in the past, if you watch Once Upon a Time in the West, which is a movie way back in 1968, there is a female character in that. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I can't even remember most of the characters' names, to be honest. I remember the sort of storyline of it anyway. And she is a strong, independent woman. And that's 68. There's a lots of stories like that. Aliens. Ripley, notoriously strong, independent woman, but still a woman, you know, without having to make it girl boss, if that makes sense. This is not going to load, this one. I don't think we're going to get away with this one. Let's pop that out, and let's see if we can get the let's see if we can get on PlayZX. We haven't done PlayZX in this episode at all yet, so let's do it now. It's going to be a decent-sized episode, this one, I can tell you, because it's a decent-sized tape. It's always going to take the sort of time that the tape takes to do it. Not doing it. I haven't done an epic one in a long time. I think I did a 2.5-hour one a little while ago, and that was all in a oneer as well. A madness of trying to do it all at once. Let's just hope that PlayZX has Peter Shilton on there. Who was I thinking of? There was a famous. What was his name? There was a famous. I've got a lovely picture of just at the angle here of the tape that we're playing. I'm going to take a picture of that. Well, it just happened to be in camera mode though while I was on there. I want to say, was it Bruce Grovelar? I don't know, you know what I mean? And was he Welsh or something like that as well? He used to do like weird leg things. Just like wave his legs around. I no idea. I'm not a big football fan. I kind of like watching internationals just to sort of, you know, because it's nice. But I'm not a big football personage. Peter Beardsley, Peter Shilton. There's Peter Shilton. It was re-released by Bug Bites. This one. The re-release is a lot smaller. Let's go with the re-release. I like the idea of the re-release loading a lot faster. It loads in 3 minutes instead of about 4 minutes. So that's probably a good thing. Re-release from Bug Bites, maybe slightly compressed, possibly. Don't know. One of the two things. We'll give it a try anyway. See what happens. Oh, change the graphics. Yeah, it's definitely compressed. Slightly faster loading. Of course, the Spectrum loaded. By default, twice as fast as that of the Commodore 64. I assume the Amstrad CPC was similar with its loading time. In this, so the Commodore 64 loads at 300 baud, so that's 300 bits per minute, not bytes, not to be confused with the two. 300 bits per minute, and per second, sorry, and the Spectrum loads at 600 baud, so 600 bits per second. The Amstrad CPC is probably in the same range as the Spectrum, but of course it had slightly more memory, so I guess the developers would write games slightly larger, especially when they were doing those horrible Spectrum to Amstrad conversions. They were just dreadful, weren't they? Really were. I think that the BBC wasn't much better with its loading time, and I don't think the disk drive on the Commodore 64 wasn't exactly fast either, was it? It was quite a slow thing. That's why there is a. I've got a sort of module equivalent of for my Commodore 64 that I have. I do have one. I'm sorry. I apologise to the Spectrum fans. But I have one of these loading things, but it's got an option for it where you can get where it's like a cartridge loader that allows you to sort of speed load the games from the emulated floppy drive or real floppy drive. It's a sort of speed loading bit of product. It's a clever bit of tech. It just sort of speeds up the process and then translates it quicker to the processor. I know it's just really weird, doesn't it? A long, complex thing. But that was the general gist of it. I mean, the obviously the Div MMCs that you can get. It's such a crappy name, by the way. Whoever developed the name for these things? I know there was a Div IDE and there was a Div MMC, but they're such rubbish names. Where did those names come from? You know, why didn't you just call it the Spectrum SD? You know, floppy SD drive converter or something. I don't know, something with a snappier title than Div MMC. That's built in obviously to the Next itself as well. I've got one of those, but that's what I'm saying. There's so many bits of kit out there. They've got such dodgy names. My favourite, of course. My favourite sort of emulation device that you can get there is that if you've got a Atari ST, which I have a couple of, Atari ST comes with could be loaded from a hard drive, a bit like the Amiga could be. But you can get a hard drive emulation system called, wait for it, and they're beautiful by the way, they look gorgeous, they're a beautiful bit of kit, called an Ultra Satan. Snappier title, I'll give you that, but I'm not sure how many people are wanting to buy an Ultra Satan. I don't know about you, but it does feel like an Ultra Satan is probably going to put off a few people, just a few, not many. Those into, I guess, heavy metal and other things aren't going to be too bothered about it, but certain groups who rather like Jesus may be upset by the whole thing. But anyway, Ultra Satan is the name of it. Yes, interesting name for it, but it does what it's meant to do. It acts like a hard drive, and you can use an SD card for it, so it's quite clever. Number 5. Pushing 5. Can't push 5. 0 to play the game. Can't press 0. Can I press any of the buttons? No, we are on one of those modes. Do you know that I jinxed myself when I stopped and didn't load on? That is not working. That's 100% not working. Right, let's carry on. We'll go somewhere else. I don't think I've ever played Peter Shilton's Handball Maradona, and I don't think I ever will. At this rate, it's not going to happen. Let's fast forward this through here. And we'll find the space and we'll get on to Kane, the Legacy of Kane. Remember the Legacy of Kane? That was quite good, wasn't it? Was it the Legacy of Kane, and there was the Reaper, which was on the PlayStation 1. It was beautiful. The graphics on that were amazing back in the day. This is the thing. I love the fact that I've grown through the beautiful graphics and all this kind of stuff. However, do you not slightly offended because I'm Gen X. I'm slightly offended that there is a category now of shooters, first-person shooters, called boomer shooters, and I'm not a boomer. The boomer shooters that came out when I was, we're talking like Castle Wolfenstein or Wolfenstein 3D, the first one. You're talking about, what's it called? Shadow Warriors, I think it was. Not Shadow Warriors. Rise of the Triad. Doom. All these things. They're now called boomer shooters. Why is that a boomer shooter? I was Gen X when that came out. I actually get quite offended when they call them boomer shooters because I think Gen X had a very nice run of extremely good stuff. We got all of the things where it started to get good with things, including the Spectrums and Atari, 2600s and all this kind of stuff. The stuff when it started to get good in the end of the sort of 70s and the early 80s and things like that. We got the stuff that was starting to get good. So I get quite confused. My mate, who's a young, my colleague and friend, who's a lot younger than me, calls them boomer shooters. And I go, what? What do you mean the boomer shooters? They're not boomer shooters. We weren't boomers when they came out. That's just a strange thing, isn't it? Baby boomers and all this kind of stuff. That's a strange thing. There's 2 layers to boomers as well. It's not boomers 1 and boomers 2 apparently. Because, I don't know, they needed a war between the two to kind of do the whole thing. But I do get quite offended by the old boomer shooter thing, but I suppose the Gen X shooter doesn't really roll off the tongue. It's one of those ones, isn't it? It's just I kind of get where they're coming from, but it's not quite right. It's like the MTV shooters, maybe. That's what it was. Do you remember MTV when we were all, you know, and it's like MTV type stuff. MTV was awesome back in the day. The way it sort of approached the music and did all those crazy sort of intros for itself and things. That was kind of, it really sold itself. I don't know where it's gone to nowadays. I don't think I've ever been on MTV in donkey's years. But back in the day, crumbs, they were one of the channels to be, weren't they? Coffee again, by the way. I've got another beverage. I've got another fresh one. Oh, coffee is the best. We love coffee, and we love Kate. This is a great game. This is all about. It was kind of like preparing to be a cowboy, because there was like shooting birds out the sky and then chasing trains and stuff like that. It was like a multi. There's a lot of mini games out back in the day. You ever notice that? A lot of them had mini games. I mean, nowadays we still have mini games, but we kind of feel that they blend into one, don't they? So if you think about back to Skyrim, lock picking, for instance, is a mini game within its own right. But it kind of blends with the whole thing. It doesn't really interrupt the flow of the play. You do the mini game and then you're straight back to the sort of the game itself. Whereas in these are mini games in their own right. You know, it's like first shooting down migratory birds, which is not a good thing. Or albatrosses or something similar. And yeah, that's the one. What's the keys here? Is it 0? Okay, what's my controls? I don't know. That's up and down, left and right. What's the fire? There. Okay, Z's the fire. Right, I've got the keys. So we have to basically... There we go. Got to take down so many birds to... Oh, missed it. Oh, missed it. Before the birds go home. I've got to shoot down so many birds. It's not very good, this. I'm not doing very well. I've done enough birds, though, that I'm a good boy. Oh, how did I miss that one? So I'm still a cowboy, but I've got a bow and arrow, so I'm sort of like practicing my Oh, missed it. And a lot of those birds have made their way home. There's one. And I've got a horse ride. Oh, is it said? Is it? Oh. I can practice level 3. Let's do level 3. Aha. Ah, no, that's not difficult. Ride to Kane. Oh, Kane's the place. Not Kane. They got the shootout, so I've got practice, but then you have a shootout. I've got a shootout with them on. Where's the next one? There he is. They shoot me there. I've run out of bullets. I'm dead. Level 1. Let's do level 1. And then ride the train. So, yeah, got to jump with the hook. I landed on the tree. How did that work? That's pretty harsh with the leveling, by the way. Let's do the train. Right. I'm not sure how that tree's in my way there. I remember quite liking this back in the day, because I don't know why, but I do remember quite liking this back in the day. As I say, budget title. There we go. No, the cactuses are alright, it's just the trees. I think cactuses are alright. It's these things. Yeah. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Kane. Let's see what the Amazon Legend of the Amazon Women is. Let's see what that is. Saw something recently, read recently, that Steam is banning games that use AI art within them. That simply because, I guess, you see, this is where I remember, I mean, you know, I think it's got some uses, AI. I don't think it should be writing books. I don't think it should be doing what, you know, humans should be doing. I don't think it should be designing and doing art things, but it has some advantages. It has some ideas. It can provide you ideas to help you with things. It's basically read all the books you haven't read. But it bases all of its sort of judgments based on those algorithms. If genuinely, I don't think you can call anything it creates creative. I think you can call it copying with a twist. It's like cloning a Spectrum game from one machine to the other. It's not Pac-Man. We changed the graphics. It's that kind of thing. It's not Space Invaders. Look, we changed all of the creatures into flowers or something similar. It's still Space Invaders, but you just got flowers in it. So yeah, I think that's where you're at with it. I don't think they're wrong to block it because it's doing that. Not to say that our people are cloning games. But at the same time, I can kind of see where they're coming from with that. That think you've got almost a right, or close enough right to sue if you own the concept for it, the original IP for something. Back in the day, of course, it was harder to sue internationally. Nowadays, it's much easier than it used to be. I guess that's where they're coming from with it. A lot of things are trying. It's not bad. I guess they ban the use of it. It is a useful tool, but you have to understand it. The chap who wrote the core of he didn't write. He wrote the core for a product called, or an operating system called Linux. He sort of says goes with the original. Do you remember there used to be a statement back in the old days of IT, which was garbage in, garbage out. So you put crap in, you get crap out. And the same applies here. If you use an IA program to generate you code, but you don't know how the code works that it's generated, then it's just garbage in and garbage out. It might work, but if you don't understand how it works, you're learning nothing from it. So there's this elements to the whole thing. It has some uses. It may I feel it's more of a memory tool and a memory or a guide to maybe something you'd missed. So if you were doing a layout and you say to it, give me a layout for for instance, some when you're working on a building site, you've got something called risk assessment and a method statement, RAMS as it's called for short. Something like AI can provide you with, if you provide it enough information, you can ask it to generate something, but you'll still find you're editing the whole thing. It's not perfect. It'll make errors, and it doesn't know necessarily all British law and things like that. But you could use it to create something like that if you wanted quickly. This is a good example of using it correctly and in the right way. As I say, it has some advantages and some usages, but I don't think you can substitute real human interaction for what people think it's going to do at this moment in time. And I genuinely don't fear the Terminator of the future, because it's not going to happen. Oh, hello! There's a lady. She's an Amazon lady. What's the name of the person who's written it? Simon Finch, is it? Is it double F though? Finch. It's double. It's got a double F. It's double. It's maybe it's Simon Frederick Finch. I hope it's called Frederick in the middle. Francine. Simon Francis Finch. Maybe one of the two. I'm pretty sure this was re-released. You know. Oh, coffee is great. I love coffee. As I say, still haven't had those opportunities to sell out to Amazon, Disney, or anybody else who wants me to sell out to them. It's not happened. My lawyers are still working on it. Oh, I mean, what was it with? I mean, think about the chaps who went from Top Gear. You know, the old sort of Jeremy Clarkson and Hammond and whatever it is, May. When they went over to Amazon, that was only a £3 million deal. Only a £3 million deal. The rest, it's seriously like it's pocket chump change. It's pocket money, you know. But that was a £3 million deal, wasn't it, for 3 years? So I think that was that. I think it was, wasn't it? It was 3 or 4 million. It wasn't like superstar money. So that I mean, I'm sure they've commanded more money since then. Their agents have certainly dealt with it, but. It's that's quite. I think that was quite a cheap deal, realistically, excluding building the shows and all this kind of stuff. I reckon. What do you think? Think that was a cheap deal? Especially as, unfortunately, since that the BBC has sort of shelved the Top Gear program, haven't they? That's going to disappear to the wind, realistically. I heard rumours, though, I certainly saw rumours that they were going to sell the concept to somebody else to do. I suppose that would work. I can imagine the first frontrunners for that, though, are Amazon. I think they'll be wanting that. And we are now in the point where we're paying for our adverts now. We're paying for Amazon Prime, but we're getting adverts. I think we are, aren't we? I think we've achieved that stage now in the Amazon sort of TV shows. I think they're all ad driven unless you pay even more money to Jeff Bezos, so he can launch himself into space. I'm actually hoping that quite a lot of billionaires take that opportunity to launch themselves into space, preferably on something that's highly explosive. When they put The Apprentice on to make sure that it was working properly, you know, nothing more than that. Just it was Simon Finch with a double F. Wow, nice. I don't know whether I want to grab a joystick here or not. I know I'm gonna press 1 for keyboard, and we'll hope that we can work it out. I'm gonna work out the keys. Everybody seems to use the same sort of sets of keys anyway. Oh, we're in the jungle. That'll be the Amazon jungle, that one. It'll be Amazon jungle. It's a long intro here to find the ladies of the jungle. That's to start the game. I am a lady with a club. I can... look, I'm bowing. I'm jumping. I'm moving left and right. How do I hit with the club? I want to hit with the club. How do I... There's another lady with a club. Her name is Zelda the Club Lady. I want to hit somebody with a club. That's hold. Oh. Club. S to start. She's hitting me with a club. I'm being clubbed to death. Hang on. Hit her with a club. Jump. She's reacting to my manoeuvres. I can't move. I'm stuck in this corner. I can't find the blooming hit button though. That's what's really annoying. I would have thought it would have been L. Oh, it is L. It's L and pushing the directions. So I'm gonna take that, Wilma, cave lady. I've got more clothes on than she has, though. Her top's very, 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 very sort of... I mean, that could just slip off at any point and cause a incident. Smack her in the head. That's it. Ugh. Take some club action. Oh, I've got to walk backwards. Oh, there's her health's on the other side. It's the pink health on the top of the screen. Mine's the red health. Come here, get smacked in the head. Oh, she's testing me now. Oh, gonna in the stomach. There we go. I have clubbed a lady to death. And she's actually dead on the screen there. I am now moving on in the jungle. There's another lady coming up from the Amazon. She is vicious. I wanted to hit her in the head there. Whack her in the legs. That's a headshot. Downwards into the legs, into the shins. It's going to hurt a lot because she's got no shoes on, or some shin guards. You would think that they'd wear more clothing as Amazon warrioresses, but no, they are not. Take a bit of that. I think there's somebody coming up behind me here. On the map at the top, it looks like somebody coming up behind me, but we are gonna club this lady to death. It's not something you hear very often in a computer game, but clearly it's warrior Amazon ladies. So she works at Amazon Prime. That's I have to have this problem. I have this problem every time when I'm talking to my. Whoa, duck, jump, duck. Get stabbed in the head here. Yeah, when I get my Amazon Prime parcel, I have to club them to get death. Of course, it's look at that. Come on. I don't mind it. I'm not sure what the plan is. I think there's E for end there. There's an E for end, look. Or something. Look, coming up. I know, let's get... Oh no, it's not. It's E for crazy creature plant throwing thing. I'm down anyway. I'm downed. And she just marched off into the distance because she's clubbed me to death. I've died. I've got no life though. The lives are at the top screen. I'm quite surprised by this. What is this game about? What am I meant to be doing? Apart from clubbing other ladies in the head. Would I have liked this back in the day? I gotta admit, I probably wouldn't have done because I don't see what I'm doing. I mean, I don't mind the clubbing stuff. It's all right. Don't mind the clubbing stuff. It's okay. I've got her. Incoming! Oh, I took it right in the face. Here it comes. Incoming! There's shots going everywhere. I've got kind of... I guess I'm just dominating the... Oh, she got a sword. Can I have a sword? Where do I get the sword from? Do I beat her and get a sword? Is that what I want? I want a sword. Oh, so we're just upgrading our weapons as we go along. Oh, she's given me... She's just cut my ankles right off. Sliced me in the ankles. I must have sword. I've been chopped. Another life, though. Another life. The time's counting down. I've only got like 3 minutes to get wherever I'm meant to get to as well. It's even worse. I've been hit with it. Oh, here we go. Another lady with a sword. I've not got a sword, and she's getting more. They're getting more. Oh yeah, that's right. I get this. I get it. I'm the aggressor here, and you're just standing right back. That's great news. Oh, it's got a lot tougher all of a sudden. Just getting stabbed in the belly and things like that. It's all going very badly. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Nasty. Oh, that thing's just hit me in the back of the leg. I just got killed by a spiky ball thing. We're just gonna keep marching. Maybe I'm just trying to escape the jungle thing. Come on. I reckon I can get her to... That's it, good, go for it. There we go, keep coming at me. I'm going to chop your legs off. I'm just making her come at me. The legs are getting chopped. Yeah, keep coming. It's not doing as much damage as obviously walloping her in the head, but I'll take it. I'll just go for the leg shots. There we go. Come on then. Come on, one more. I want a sword. That's it. Can I pick up the sword? How do I pick up the sword? I want it. Space. She's got a sword and I want it. I don't know how to pick up the sword. I keep getting stabbed. It's not going very well. In the head. 2 in the head. Right to the head there. Another one's right to the head. Oh, I did a big jump. There we go. Keep coming at me. And there we go. And that's it. Concentrating a bit too hard here on this. Well, I'm dead. Definitely dead this time round. Let's just see, though, whether there's anything else on this tape. Game over. I don't know if I get my name on a high score table or anything like that. No, it's just taking me all the way back across the level like that. I suppose that's quite good, realistically. Somebody put a bit of effort into that one. Let's press the load it. Or put loaded it in. Let's see. I think... Oh, actually, to be fair, I'm looking at it. If there's anything left on this tape, I'll be utterly amazed, considering that. No, it's all silent. And that was the end. That's the actual end of that tape. That was a good tape. I enjoyed that. And I hope you enjoyed the first episode back in... Oh, what's first? Episode back, or first volume, should I say, of the of what's on the tape since the other week, or since we last did it. So it was 2 weeks ago now, so I'm back. I'm glad to see you. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Show it to some friends. I'm sure they'll enjoy it. If they're a Spectrum user, they will have done. They'll have a bit of nostalgia for some of it anyway. So I'll see you soon. And I'll see you next week, in fact, with the next one. But don't forget to vote for your favourite one of those two choices for the end of the season. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.